Right, this time we're going to be discussing the good morning exercise. Now, it's got a silly name, but it's quite a good exercise. Essentially, the good morning exercise is a form of bow that is done with weights. So essentially, the motion you're using is a low bow, and if I show you to the side, like this, a little bit lower. Typically it's done with a barbell. I'll show you. So you start in a similar position to a squat, and surprise surprise, the start position, most of the things that apply to a squat apply here as well. The weight at this point should be over your heels, and the bar should be resting either on the trapezius or lower down on the back of the shoulders. Personally, I would favour the lower position, but use what you're able to do with your mobility and flexibility. Now from this position, you then bow, and back up again, and bow, and back up again. And from the front, you'll notice that I'm looking forwards the whole time. There are several reasons for this, but a good one is that it improves your balance. If your eyes are adjusting position all over the place, your balance has a habit of going all over the place as well. If you focus your eyes on an object and keep contact with the eyes with that object, most people will be able to balance far more effectively. Okay, now so much for the motions. One of the reasons why it's very important to have good balance with this is that when you put a weight on your shoulders and then start bending forwards, if you haven't got good balance, you're going to fall over. Quite apart from the fact you could overload the back and damage it, you will simply fall flat on your face. If I show you with an Olympic bar, now, this raises an interesting point which I'll just address. At the moment, I'm about to do good mornings from the ground. That's no problem because I haven't got a very heavy weight on here, and I can lift quite a lot of weight anyway. I can certainly lift more weight above me than I would probably try to do a good morning with. However, if this is a problem for you, if you don't have for example, clean and jerk technique or good overhead press technique or something, simply lift from out of a stand. You know, for example, put a bar, if I just show you here, put the bar in squat stands just as you would from a squat, and then start your good mornings that way. I'm going to do it off the ground here, so I need to take it over my head, and I've got a relatively low ceiling, but never mind. All I do is up and place it on the shoulders. Take a reasonably low stance there. Now you can see when I try and dip forwards, my lower back, which is the main target area in this exercise, is going to get quite a lot of strain, and I really have to work on my balance. There we go. And again. And again. To come out of this, there we go, no problem. Now, I said then that the lower back is the target area, and it is. However, you also put quite a lot of emphasis on the hamstrings, the calves and the Achilles. The amount of emphasis varies depending on how you do the exercise. If I do it with a little leg bend, I take a bit of the strain off the hamstring and the Achilles, okay, and I'm allowing the leg bend to take the tension away here, although it's still on the lower back. If my legs are straighter, the hamstrings and the Achilles get more work to control my motion. As always, work within your capacity.